everybody on YouTube or whoever's watching this. Welcome to my second Sims 4 speed build that I'm posting. It's another Disney build, and it's actually the train station from Disneyland. So I thought that since I had Cinderella Castle there, I was hoping to make, all of Main Street leading up to the castle, but all I could manage was the train station. And I actually did choose the Disneyland train station instead of the Walt Disney World one because I felt like Disneyland's is a lot more iconic. So they don't match, but I think they still look really pretty together. And it's really cool how you can see the castle in the background. So I was trying to be pretty literal and follow the pictures as much as I could. And I actually thought it turned out really great in the end. I felt like all of the supplies in The Sims 4, all the tools that they give you, are just perfect for this kind of build. It has all the right time period stuff so that it looks so accurate, in my opinion. I don't know, at least I was really proud of this because, that castle over there, it does look very like square and pixelated and everything, and not like a real fairy tale medieval castle or whatever it would be, but I feel like this one ends up looking really good and really kind of true to form. I don't know if you can hear my cat making all this noise. It's being super talkative right now. I was just running around the house trying to find toys for him to play with. And honestly, they were all over my room yesterday, and I can't find them anywhere. And I feel like he hid them all. And actually, when I moved out of my last place, or when the cat just moved in with me, and we were finding toys like everywhere under the beds and stuff, and he definitely can't fit under there anymore because they're not that tall. And I think that he hid stuff under there when he was a kitten and then got too big and couldn't get back to them. Oh, I don't know where all his stuff is. So now he's just playing with every single bobby pin he finds and hair tie, and they're everywhere. Yeah, so there's that clock that I enlarged, and I know that I did that for the Cinderella Castle too, but I think it looks really cool, and it actually fits even better here on the train station because the clock tower on the Disneyland train station has a bunch of, filigree ornamentation around it. So I thought it ended up looking really good, and it looks like a hidden Mickey because that mirror that I used there has hidden Mickey ears, which is probably the most important part of anything that's ever made in Disney. I guess I'm making all of these Disney things because, well, I'm obsessed with Disney, but also probably because I'm homesick. Because I'm from Disney World, I worked there, but now I live in China and I work here, and I miss home so much. And I miss Disneyland too, even though I didn't work there. It was like my home away from home. Last year I went there for an 8-day vacation, and me and my best friend just sat on Main Street every day, doing nothing, watching people walk by. I don't know, that was our whole goal, was to have enough time to just sit around and do absolutely nothing. Because that's what we do at home too. Between shifts or anything, we just sit on Main Street at Disney World and watch the Dapper Dans go by, and you watch parades go by, and it just all happens around you, and your life is so serene. It's really great. It's a good way to spend time, instead of going to the park. And actually now at Disney World, we have this thing called, well, we call it the hub grass. They made this whole kind of really nice AstroTurf area. It's two smaller areas, and it's used for fireworks viewing for people with fast passes, so that they have better seats. But during the day, it's just open, and you can go and have a picnic there, or just grab Starbucks and hang out. Or there's always so many little babies running around and playing on it because I don't know, they keep it so clean and so nice, and it's a really great place for us to hang out with people that we love, because we know so many people who are annual pass holders and stuff, and we know all of their babies. We get to play with lots of little kitties. So as you saw there, first I got the structure of the main building, and I sized up one of those little car trains. I guess it's actually a little statue, it's not a toy, but to see if the scale is going to look good, and it's not the right color or anything, but I felt like that was the best option that I had. And so then I started working on the little seating areas that are outside of the main building, and at first this wasn't centered, and so I wanted to just work completely on one side and get it as good as I could, and then to just duplicate it for the other side. And if I had, I wish I had like a really long lot so that I could make it longer on both sides, because there's a lot more seating area than I was able to fit in. But this is just a cute little abbreviated version. But I feel like you still get the whole feel of it. Isn't it cool how you can just see the castle in the background? The train station at Walt Disney World is, like I said, not as iconic, but it's still really pretty. But it's kind of like a different time period almost. It's a really different style. But that's like another place that I would hang out at Disney World, just doing nothing. Like, it's so fun to just take a book or just go hang out with your friends, just sit on top of there and look down Main Street, but to be in the shade, away from the Florida sun. It's so fun. It's so great. And you know, we have like Starbucks on Main Street, and there's ice cream, so it's a nice way to hang out. Ooh, my other favorite place to hang out in Magic Kingdom, which is in Walt Disney World in Florida, is by the Teacups ride. So there's a little stand by Pooh, the Pooh ride, and it sells coffee. And when I first started drinking coffee, like only a few years ago, that's where I would go like every day. I loved it so much to just get like a plain hot coffee. I was so excited. I can't believe I got through all of college and everything without ever drinking coffee. But now I'm really addicted and I drink it all the time. I had 2 cups this morning. It was great. Now I'm having tea. But also, speaking of the Pooh ride, so you meet a lot of like Australians working at Disney World, because we have this thing called the International College Program, and people from other countries can come and work in roles in Disney World, and it's really exciting. And so you always feel like you have a really international cast, but for some reason there are all these Australians, and they're really great people. And I remember one time saying something like the Pooh ride to them, and they were so confused, and they thought that that's what we call the bathroom, the toilet as they call it, the Pooh ride. But no, it's a Winnie the Pooh ride. It's really fun, and it's really cute. It just kind of goes through the story, and there's like storybooks all around, and then like the pages go crazy. And they actually have that ride here at Shanghai Disneyland too, but it's all in Chinese. Which is really cool, because a lot of the rides, you know, maybe all the talking is in Chinese, the characters all speak Chinese or something, but this one, it's actually, you know, those same pages with the illustrations, and it looks like the original Winnie the Pooh storybook, but the pages are all in Chinese. It's really great. They do such a good job at Shanghai Disneyland of like matching the fonts to you know, still feel like they're, you know, coming from the right movie or story or whatever. Like for the Pirates Land that they have at Shanghai Disneyland, they created this, you know, like beautiful piratey font that fits in so well, but then the writing that's in that font is Chinese, so that it all still fits. It's really great. Yeah, we're actually here at Shanghai. It's the first place to have a like pirates specific land, because the other parks usually have like an adventure land, but this place is actually called Treasure Cove, and they have a separate land that's called Adventure Isle, where there's like a crazy ropes course type thing up a mountain with waterfalls, and that is such an amazing part of Shanghai Disneyland also. But yeah, Treasure Cove is just a whole land dedicated to pirates, and you see a pirate stunt show there, and you can meet Jack Sparrow. And you can meet, you know, Atmosphere Pirates, and they have the super cool new Pirates of the Caribbean ride there, which is like very much in the spirit of the original one from Disneyland, but it's so updated, and the technology is amazing, and it's just like very, you know, a 360 experience surrounds you, and you just feel like you like go under the sea and then up above the water, and that you're in the middle of this battle, but so much more than, you know, the original one where there's just kind of like little water cannons shooting off and animatronics. Here it's just you know, screens and 3D effects, and it's really amazing. So with Get Together, we got those funny bushes that you can pee on. I think that is so funny. So I wanted to include some here because I don't know what people would really use this lot as. I thought it'd be kind of fun if in this downstairs basement area you put like a speakeasy, like kind of a hidden little bar or club kind of thing. Which maybe I'll do that at some point. But I just wasn't sure kind of what direction to go with the basement for now, so I just ended up putting like some bathrooms down there so that it could be, you know, like a useful lot that has a bathroom. But I think it'd be cool to be able to hang out there and like it's a secret location. Or of course you could put, you know, a whole house down there and have beds and a kitchen and everything. Because at the moment this lot is not really good for anything. You can just walk up there and sit on a bench pretty much and look at the castle. Probably good for views. This section in the front, I deleted the whole part where I was trying to like use roofs to make a slope. Like that part worked really well. I really got the slope look going, but it was just so hard with the plants because I wanted to use a bunch of plants to make like the thick, like I wanted to be able to layer a bunch of plants on top of each other so that I could make the shape of the Mickey heads. And to have to raise that many plants to layer on top of each other just sounded absolutely miserable. And then if they fell, they'd be under roofs, and it just sounded horrible. So for now, I have that kind of like little basic arrangement. But then I will end up going in and making, you know, that classic like Mickey head out of flowers, which I think is like something everyone remembers from Disneyland. And I don't have like any flowers that are like quite thick enough so that I could do the all the detail of the mouth and the eyes and everything. But I was really happy with just the general like shape and look that I ended up getting. What I did was I took the wildflowers and I I would just like spin it a quarter of a degree in place and spin and place and layer a bunch of them on top of each other to try and make make them as thick as possible, and that gave it a nice circle. Like you see all of those plants over on the side that are in bunches was where I tested out what the different bushes or flower plots would look like if I like spun them a bunch and layered them on top of each other. Then I was just trying to figure out some landscaping for the front, and it ended up being really simple. So I guess this is kind of like, it feels like a park area, doesn't it? I've never made a lot that's not residential, and I know that, is it not possible until you have Get to Work? Because I want to get that soon, and then it'd be fun to kind of just change whatever the requirements are. I've just briefly looked into it. I don't really know that much about it, but I know that things have to have, like, if you want to make a restaurant, it has to have this many things and that many things. So I think I'll do that at some point. I'm trying to pace myself and not get all the expansion packs at once because I'm poor, but I'm just pretty addicted. I've made so many builds so far, but I'm just like really taking my time editing them at all. It's fine. I'm trying to learn how to just build normal houses, but that's hard. I have not successfully yet built just a normal house that I like. I did do this one where I renovated a house that came with the game, and I liked that one a lot. That was fun. Maybe I'll just do a bunch of that. The interior for this place was kind of tricky because the train stations at the parks, they have all those cool old-timey machines. Like they'll have the penny press and machines that you can like look into and see optical illusions and things that look like it's where you would buy your train tickets and whatever. So I just kind of tried to fill it up with like interesting knickknacks and put some signage on the wall. They don't have as much, you know, vintage train signs as I would like, but they do those little cool collages, which is how I do all the walls in my real life, where I just stick everything on the wall close together. but I think it ends up turning out just fine. Again, there's nothing to do in here, but I think it'd be a great place to add like a little bar. Wouldn't this be a funny nightclub? So I was thinking that I want to make Walt Disney, that is. I'm not that good at Create a Sim yet, but maybe I'll get better. Maybe I'll practice. Wouldn't that be fun to have like Walt just walking around here? That really excites me. The person that I like moved in to just try the lot out with is the little Snow White sim that I made, and she's so cute. It was funny to see her walking around here too. And I just discovered tab mode, so that was the best day of my life. Nothing, I swear. I don't know. It's kind of a toss up between like getting get together and discovering tab mode, but oh, it was very exciting. And so I was, like running around in tab mode, like trying to take screenshots and just notice things that I might have needed to fix, things I might have overlooked. And then Snow White was just in the bathroom, like on her cell phone. Yeah, I wish she didn't have a cell phone. That'd be great. And so here's just where I put in some restrooms. You wanna know something funny? Is in China, there's a reputation for them like literally going to the bathroom wherever they want, on the ground, in bushes. They'll pull out plastic bags for their kids to go in, or they'll hold their kid over a trash can out in public. Like, I'm not joking. This is just something that happens in China all the time. And so at the park here at Shanghai Disneyland, they literally had to put up signs that say, when you need to go, just find the nearest restroom. Like, honestly, they have to tell people to use the restroom. I guess people just assume that the restrooms are like gonna be gross or too far, or there aren't that many of them. I mean, that's kind of the case, that in China, like, there aren't as many restrooms. A lot of them don't have toilet paper and they don't have soap and stuff. So the Chinese just think it's preferable to just go out in public. Anyway, that's one of the many really fun things about living in China. But anyway, enough about China. That's it for this build. So I hope you liked it. And thanks for watching. Bye.